A lot of positive things in our opener, especially playing, as what I was told, 10 true freshmen, 18 players making their college debut, and just starting the season on a strong note with a victory. I thought it was a solid performance by all three phases and a nice starting place with still plenty of room to improve. Always nice to win the opener. And then apply the feedback as necessary to generate momentum going into week number 2. One of the nicest surprises was Lester Coleman's punting. He did a really nice job. In fact, one of the biggest plays of the game, I thought, was the punt from roughly, or I think his feet were on our 15-yard line, and the ball ends up on the opponent's 6. And so that was a giant play. He also, no fault of his own, there was a ball that could have been downed on maybe the 2-inch mark from the yard line. We didn't cover it as well as we would have liked, but that was a really nice pooch punt. And there was another that was inside the 10 or 12-yard line as well that I liked. So I would say his performance was a surprise to some extent, that it would not only be positive but that consistent. In the first half versus Ohio State, Indiana ran more plays than we defended the entire game the other night. So you're looking at almost double the output in terms of energy expenditure and volume of plays. So, but you also have to have a healthy, fast, and fresh team. And so we have some ideas, and obviously having defended our own offense for a long time at Brigham Young, and a year ago we had a small taste of it against Oregon. So we have ideas, but again, each team, each roster, you have to manage it a little bit differently. So we're working on that now. A fast team that's been very intentional and specific about the type of players that they've selected and recruited, with a very clear brand of how they want to play the game, which allows you to attract players when you're really clear about your brand and the type of play that you would like. Then you can select players and sometimes get a little bit higher quality in relation to what you need versus kind of the national competitive marketplace. And so I think they've done a nice job attracting and developing players in a style that gives them a competitive advantage versus their peers. Pretty unique in that league. And even though there's tempo, they're a physical football team. I think they're tough, they're physical. They run for not only yards but with toughness, and defensively they play hard, and I think they're physical as well. So a great matchup, or a great yardstick, coming from obviously the state of Utah, and our rival there, the University of Utah, played them in their bowl game a year ago, and Indiana ran the ball effectively, was physical against a physical team, and matched blow for blow, and had a great chance to win the game. So that's a pretty reliable metric for me in terms of a point of reference. Well, I think every game's important, and I still think there's huge value in our opener. I think every college football game is hard to win and has its unique challenges. There's always potentials of upsets, as we learned this week as well as last year and any given week, and managing your current team and assessing where they are. So I have a better idea, and I'll have even a better idea after week 2, and then I'll have a better idea after week 3, and then I'll have a better idea after week 4. So the puzzle, or the season in our team, is much like a jigsaw. You can kind of see pieces come together, and a little bit more of the picture is formed, but it takes time.
Oh yeah, it was most definitely different. Just like you said, going over the calls and the checks were just spot on, and we knew what to do, and we knew what to expect, and we knew how to play with each other. And it's just something that comes with being in spring ball together, and then also having a full fall camp together. And it just showed how relaxed we were and how poised we are, and shows how good our defense is, and we're just only going to get better. We just got to improve all our game. Last week, William & Mary didn't throw that much against us, and we got to get ready for the throwing game, and we also got to stop the run as well. So it's all aspects of the games we got to focus on. I mean, special teams, offense, we got to contribute as one.
They impressed me. They were very physical up front with Ohio State's offensive line. I thought they did a lot of movement in the first series that was kind of throwing them off guard. And I think we have to practice that this week to make sure we got it, under control. Yeah, it's a really good feeling to go out there with, knowing Coach 2J has confidence in me, knowing Coach Nye has confidence in me, and knowing Kurt and Jordan Ellis and Hamm, they all, have confidence in the O-line. And it makes you feel real good when, the play calls come in and they're running the ball and running to the right, running to the left, running up the middle. They have confidence running between the tackles, and it kind of fires you up.
Obviously, like you said, we had some like negative plays. Guys getting in clean through the backfield, which is some things we're going to clean up as an offense. So, when you take that into account and then just being able to like push forward to get those yards, I think we can reach our goal, which is 4 yards per carry. We just want to get there and just keep being a force inside the box, outside the box, wherever we have the ball in our hands, and just being able to contribute to this team the way that we know we should. It's a college football team. Like I said, it's a Division I team. No one overlooked William & Mary. We knew they were going to come in and give it everything they had. They play 11 guys just like we do. So respect to them, just like I respect any other team that we face on our schedule. So just coming in, we're expecting to go in, give it everything we got, and play to win. That's the only benchmark that I know. Play to win.